Brittany, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a poodle skirt. I think the poodle skirt is one of those things where it's like it defined a decade, and despite the name poodle skirt, they would do more than just the poodle decals. They would do a bunch of different varieties, from flowers to, I've seen the Eiffel Tower, and of course the modern versions where you do like I've seen somebody did the Disney Castle and stuff like that. I one day would like to do skirts like that. Today I'm going to be doing something kind of like that. I'm going to be doing two different versions of it. I'm going to be doing one where I make a circle skirt, and then I'm going to be doing, and that one is going to be a my favorite villain theme decal. And the other one is slightly more simple, where you take a skirt that you already have and then temporarily attach it, or you can permanently attach it if you want to. It does make it a lot easier. I've done this with some dresses of mine. You've probably seen me wear them. This way it's simple, it's easy, and it's fast. It takes maybe an hour to do, not quite. The other one is going to take longer because I'm going to be making a circle skirt from scratch and then cutting out the decals. So yeah, let's get started. First off, I'm going to make the circle skirt. Alright, good morning. It's the next day. While I was sewing the skirt that I cut yesterday, my sewing machine decided it liked the fabric so much that it tried to eat it. So I will not be finishing that skirt because it is just so frustrating. Maybe sometime down the road I'll finish it, but it was a disaster. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to be going to a thrift store and getting a circle skirt, and I'll be using that. But in the meantime, I'm going to be working on my decals for the skirt. I have my villains already cut out. I don't have a printer that's working right now, so I had to trace them and cut them out, but I would suggest printing them out. It's just a lot easier. And here's an example of one that I just traced. And I've started to cut out. It's a cat, silhouette, in case you can't tell. But yeah, you just carefully cut it. Yeah, I don't know if this is big enough though. Just kind of tearing on my skirt. Yeah. Okay. But hey, no project is without its difficulties. I'm kind of worried that these might be too small too. The problem is because I can't print them. I have to trace them off of the screen, and they're not very big. They're, because it's off of Pinterest. So they're about, this tiny. But yeah, I'll work with what I have right now. So then you take your fabric. This is felt. They only have this color by the yard, but hey, means I can make more down the road. Because that's literally, this kind of thing is the only thing I would use felt for. The reason why I decided to not use felt as the fabric for the skirt is because I wanted my poodle skirt to be a bit more durable, because these tend to get those little pilly things. I know because my mom actually made me a poodle skirt as a costume when I was little, and I loved it so much. Even then, I loved it. I loved it so much that I wore it out. It was completely pilly. It was all dirty. I think there was even a hole in it. I was really rough on it. I'm not as rough on my clothes now, but I still wanted it to be durable, and I wanted it to have a bit more flow. I like my skirts to have nice flow to them, so as my sister calls it, they're spinny skirts, and so that when I spin, it has a nice little flow to it. This was one skirt I was considering using for the decals, but I decided because of the pleats, it would just look funny, and it's not strictly accurate. It's not historically accurate to use a skirt with pleats. They always used a circle skirt. So I'm going to go to the store and get some circle skirts from the thrift store, because then it's, I don't care about them. So yeah. Okay. I went shopping, but I wasn't able to find any, so I raided my closet. Here is the first skirt I'm going to be working with, and it's like a mint color, and I'm going to be doing an at Walker on it. This one is actually a circle skirt that I did make that worked because it's a nice solid fabric that my machine doesn't like to eat. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a Rebel Alliance symbol on that one. So that'll look so cute. And I decided I'm going to be doing this in red because I don't like orange and I don't have orange. So red it is. And the next skirt I'm going to be using is a high-low black skirt that I'm going to be doing the poisoned apple from Snow White on. all of the things cut out. I have my decal. It's hard to hold up. There. I think this was probably the hardest one to cut out, just because of all the little intricacies. If you look, there's more on there, but I'm like, nope, that's not working. So I ended up taking them off. And then what I had to do for this was, because I found it hard to cut it out in the grain, so I cut the template out, the eyes and the nose from the original template, and then just cut out red. Now what I'm going to do with this, I don't know if you can see it very well, I'm going to take fabric glue. It's Quick Bond fabric adhesive. Ordinarily what I would do is I would sew it, but this is faster and easier, and so I will sew it onto the skirt itself, but I'm just going to glue the pieces of it together. I'm going to place the nose first, because I feel like if you place that right, then you get the rest right. And there it is. It's not perfect, but you know what? I like it. I'm going to put this aside to dry. And because I don't need this for the others, what I'm going to do next, and I'm going to pin this and this onto their skirts so I can sew them on. You could use the fabric adhesive glue for this part too. I prefer to do sewing. The great thing about sewing is you can do big stitches and then you can easily seam rip it off, and so it's not permanent. I just feel like it's more durable as well, so that's why I'm going with that. I am finally done. This is my at Walker. This is my Evil Queen skirt. It's not as full or as long as I would have wanted, but I worked with what I had. And finally, my Rebel Alliance emblem, which I have to say is probably my favorite one out of all of them. And not just because it's a spinny skirt. There was a lot of bumps along the road. I think the thing that frustrated me the most about my skirt not turning out is that I've made a circle skirt, this one right here, so I know I can do it, it's just the fabric being difficult, which is so frustrating. But I have some pretty awesome skirts now to wear, which I'm excited about, and I hope this helped you in some way. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!